together a little crypto market update for the week. Could do another one later. We'll see. We're in exciting times now. The Federal Reserve just announced or confirmed what everyone knew was already priced in, the rate cut and all that jazz, but we're not concerned with that. We're concerned about how to make money in this cycle. In previous cycles or in previous videos I've gone over some of the major caps, XRP, Ethereum, Solana, and what those mean, and why and how they're being adapted by the US Digital Asset Reserve, and how that's good for crypto in general and institutional investing. Today, I don't want to say degeneracy because I'm trying to keep this page as legitimate as possible, but we're going to be going into the higher speculative stuff that's going to make us, potentially the most amount of money. I've been doing a bit of research and I found two tokens that have some potential upside promise. Looking at the fear and greed indicator first before I jump into all of that. Again, I love to beat this to the ground and how the fear and greed indicator should be your higher reservation point of what to be doing in the market, whether you should be buying or selling. We were dipping into a little bit of fear a few weeks ago, but now we're neutral, which is a great time to buy. And again, you don't want to be buying during extreme greed. You want to be selling during extreme greed, and you want to be buying when it's neutral or in fear. We're in neutral. The markets are rebounding, but nothing is spiking yet. So this is a good time to hunt for altcoins that could be responding to the market and have the potential to go up. So the first one I wanted to look at was ZBCN Network, or ZBCN. If I go out, zoom out to the entire market time frame, you can search by the price movement of a day, a month, a year, or all. This has existed back to April 2024. And as you see, for the entire year of April 2024, it was in a bit of a lull for 0.001 penny cents. Now it is at 0.004. So clearly there was some price action here. There's some movement here. And I believe we can ask CoinMarketCap just to pull up some news and some technical breakdowns. Yeah, let's pull up their webpage. So now here's the thing with altcoins in general. You're buying based off the speculation of what the price could be. I don't, the peak degeneracy of speculation is meme coins. It's literally going to a casino. Now, you can argue crypto is that in general, but in the same token, you could argue that stocks are that as well. It's what gives you an asymmetric level of risk and knowledge to profit and gain. And with meme coins being peak speculation due to basically being the first insider to get information and buy, with altcoins like this or lower market cap altcoins, you're speculating on the potential of the adoption or the price going up. So what I do is I look at what is the narrative. One of the primary narratives is decentralized physical infrastructure. That's a fancy way, honestly, for me as a cybersecurity infosec person. Decentralized physical infrastructure is a fancy way to say cloud, in my opinion, but it's not centralized under a central company. It's the infrastructure spread out globally among people who run different nodes. So what ZBEC is a decentralized infrastructure network for seamless flow of real world value. Okay, now they have a card. Other blockchains have a card. That's not really that impressive. What you want to look at is, in my opinion, the numbers. Okay, yes. So here we see that the market cap is 380 million. That is ideal for me if you're looking for maximum return on investment. When you start dealing with large caps, basically anything on the front page of CoinMarketCap, look at these numbers. Bitcoin has $2.3 trillion. What that means is if you put $1,000 into Bitcoin, if you want to turn $1,000 into $10,000, this has to 10x. The market cap has to 10x. That means this has to turn into $20 trillion. That is going to be very difficult to do. So what you would want to, if you're looking for the max amount of return, you want to find a smaller market cap. Obviously, the smaller the market cap, the lower the adoption. And the sweet point for me is around 100 million and 500 million market cap. Everything on the front page right now is 800 million, or is that 800? Yeah, 800 million or above. And then you crack the $1 billion mark once you get here to 76. But as we get later into the cycle, you'll find that $1 billion will likely become the baseline to even be on the front page. Like for now, it's 82, but by, I'd say, give this probably by the end of September, honestly, the 1 billion is going to be the baseline. So back to Zebec network. Let me punch it in here just so we can, it's ZBCN is the token name. How do you, and then everyone's question, how do I buy? How do I buy this? Where do I buy this? Well, you go on Coin Market Cap and you look, you have charts here, you click markets, and that's going to pull up everywhere you can buy it. These are all the exchanges you can buy it. Luckily for us, ZBCN is on, oh wow, I didn't even know they were on crypto.com. I might have to go make a buy after this video because most of mine is sitting in Solana right now, which is doing very well. But basically, when I'm looking at a token, it's okay, 300 market cap. So there's some movement. Then what I like to do is you can find their socials here on CoinMarketCap. This is why it's the #1 tool for you to use. All of the information that is needed to understand what is needed to interact and find out information about the token can be found here. So I like to go to their Twitter page and just see what announcements are being made, see what developments are being made. 4 hours ago, HCM, we're excited to announce our stablecoin payroll joint venture. Okay, so, and again, this is my third full cycle. We're about to enter partnership heaven now. Like the thing that's going to pump the price. It's like, oh, this project, this blockchain partnered with this company, and this company partnered with this. Oh, we're going to pump. We're going to pump. XRP maxis suffer from this and have been for years. But I won't take time to dig on them right now. They do that to themselves. But yes, clearly it's active. If you're looking at a project and they haven't posted for a month, 2 months, especially at this moment of the cycle, don't invest. They need to be flooding Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it now, because this is peak adoption time. This is peak pump time. This is the final phase of the bull market, at least the last 3 to 4 months. They're clearly making partnerships. They're clearly engaging. They're clearly they're about their business. They're trying to make things happen. They're building, powered by Zebec, powered by Uphold. I know there's an airdrop coming, so this is just a good one to speculatively buy. And that I'm not going into the details because I don't want this to be a 45-minute video on this particular product, but just click through, see if it's active, see how legit it is. Their products, they have a card. Again, they're not the first to have this. Crypto.com has a card, Gemini has a card, everyone has a card now. So this is not exactly new, but the fact that they have one shows that they're at least beyond the scope of a meme coin, which really has nothing other than fandom. Other things they have, they claim to have a vault, which is a multi-signature wallet, which means more than one person has to approve a transaction to remove assets from a particular wallet. It's really cool. But again, other products have vaults. And then it's just the decentralized physical infrastructure itself. They claim to have a point of sale system that is integrated with something called Wage Link. I don't really care. I mean, it's cool. I'm sure someone is using it, but after you've been in a couple of cycles, you learn not to get too absorbed into the the technical detail. You just want to make sure they're still building, the product is real, and the potential for appreciation is there. That's all you should be concerned about. When you start getting into just like getting hype and getting into the discords and culty, it's like, oh, we're gonna go up, you get sucked in, and that's a good way to lose scope of the entire market, which again is steered by the fear and greed indicator, and that's how you can get lumped in into not selling during peak greed, and you can get dumped on and you won't make as much money. Okay, so moving on to the next one I'm speculatively bullish on is Clearpool here. And this is even smaller market cap. This is 127 million. Um, and again, this chart, it's like, well, why would you buy this? The price isn't up. Well, that's the point. You don't want to buy things when, oh my gosh, the price is so high, buy it now. No, that's okay. You pay you buy $1,000 here when the price is way up, then time passes, and then you just lost 90%. Now you have like $90 left in your account. You buy here and then you speculate where it's going to go. How do you speculate where it's going to go? Well, what are they doing? Are they adopting? Are they building things? Are they making announcements? Let's check. Open up their website. Payment financing for the stablecoin economy. Is that pertinent? Well, we see in the news that the U.S. government is released the Genius Act, which is the framework around regulating stablecoins. So that's not a bad thing to be investing in. We see that they have large investors behind Wintermute. These are investment capital, private capital, or venture capital firms. Like, okay, every project will have that. And access the new payment stack across ecosystems: Base, Arbitrum, Optimism. These three are Ethereum scale or layer twos. Then you have Avalanche, which is another ETH alternative, ETH killer, whatever you want to call it. You have Polygon, which is another ETH scaling solution. Um, and if I recall, they're in the real world assets bit of things. Let's see. Institutional lending, powering real world credit for trading firms and financial institutions with extensive network of KYC, also known as Know Your Customer borrowers, which means a KYC borrower. KYC is what all of the legitimate exchanges like Coinbase, crypto.com, and Binance will make you do. They'll make you scan your ID so you're not like some rogue fringe member of society laundering money. KYC just means like it's a network of legitimate borrowers. What can you do? Well, there's home. There, well, there's home. Like that's a feature. There's lending. There's staking, bridge, bar. Like again, this is all speculative tech jargon, and I'm well. Here's the thing: the fact that they have a careers page is something. What are they looking for? Senior smart contract developers, full stack Web3 developers, UX, UI. Yeah, again, the fact that there even is a careers page speaks to, again, making sure you're out of meme coin territory. Like, no hate to, if you can make money off memes, make money off memes. Get your life. I'm not even mad. I've made money off of memes one time. I got a real nice bag one time because I got lucky. And then I gave 30% of those gains back. So, like, I just don't mess with them because they're less predictable. These sort of smaller altcoins are more predictable because you can just, you're not, it's not entirely based on being the first to know when to dump on other people. You really just have to, it's like, okay, what are the major market narratives? Is this coin building in that market? Is there development? Is there an active community? Let's check out their Twitter now. Are they announcing things on Twitter? 13 hours ago, Clearpool is participating in XRP Seoul, Ripple's largest Asia conference. That is a good sign. Now, okay, so let's just think about this. XRP has like the biggest cult following. Um, I'm not sure if they're the biggest cult following, but they're probably the most delusional as far as what this price is going to do. I've seen, hold on, do I have it up? I was going to make something off of this yesterday, but like $300 per XRP, that's not possible. Like that's not going to happen. I'll tell you why. Um, in order for XRP to be $300, that would mean this would have to 100x. Their market cap would have to 100x. So they would have to 100x from $100 billion. Like, what's 100? Like, and we already said, like, so you have to 100x $100 billion. You do the math on that, on the sheer amount of inflow of cash. And on top of that, why the price won't ever, well, it won't hit $300 this cycle, the supply. I keep saying this. XRP is one of the most manipulated tokens in the industry. If you didn't get in before 2018, just forget about it. My prediction on XRP, they'll be very, very, very lucky if they hit $9 or $10. That's probably the peak on it. That's a nice 3x gain. You put 10K in, you turn it to 30. That's if it reaches 90. But it's the supply. It's constantly dumping supply. And when you increase supply, you decrease the price. A cool thing you can do that not many people know about is, instead of monitoring the price, so you have, here's the 1 day of XRP, here's 1 month of XRP, here's 1 year price movement. So, oh, we got a huge jump in XRP. We went from 50 cents to $3. Congratulations. You should sell everything and rotate into something that has more upside potential, because you're not going to get much more out of that. And I say that because of the market cap manipulation. There's 200 billion. It's peaked at 200 billion this cycle. However, if you look last cycle, or its peak before, it reached 130 billion, but the price was still $3.36. But it did that with 130 billion market cap. This cycle, it dumped 70 billion more dollars in, and just to get to the exact same price. Why did it need 70 billion more dollars to get to the same price? It's because they dumped more of the total supply into the circulating supply, and they can keep dumping. I don't know their release on that. They just do it whenever they want, or they might have it announced somewhere, but the holders don't seem to know, because they keep saying, oh my god, look at this news, trillions of dollars coming in, trillions of dollars. Do you honestly think the powers that be that are buying up Bitcoin and making like, if you're expecting trillion of dollars to directly go into XRP, you're saying, like, look at the market cap of Bitcoin over, look how long, like, these, okay, you see, oh, tens of trillions of dollars, trillions and trillions of dollars. Look how this is, all right, so this is Bitcoin. This is the price going back to 2010. And think about the trillions of dollar headlines we saw in Bitcoin. Think about all of that to make this price do what it has done over the last several years. Now look at the market cap. It just touched $1 trillion in 2021. And now it just now got up to 2.5 trillion here in 2025. So if you're on these XRP videos and you're an XRP maxi and it's like, oh, tens of trillions of dollars are coming, they're not dumping that directly into XRP. Am I saying the market cap will never reach $1 trillion? I'm not saying that. And that would be a 10x. That would turn your $3 into $30. Congratulations. But even still, that we see if it, like, again, let's say they dump $1 trillion in, that doesn't say they're not going to dump more of the total supply into the circulating supply. And all right, I just went on a tangent there and just completely whiffed what I just, every day I log on and see, like, oh, XRP, we're going to go to $3,000. We're going to go. No, you're not. You're going to waste time and maybe triple your money when you could have 10x'd it or 50x'd it if you had played in smaller caps. That is why you don't, the here's how to shape it. Here's how I'll finally shape it. The US Digital Asset Reserve has announced it's holding Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Solana, and Cardano. Where's Cardano? Here it is here. Those are the major holdings. If you want to make like a little mixed, diversified bag of that yourself and hold those tokens, um, be my guest. That is a nice bedrock to place your portfolio on. Like if you want to bring boomer investing logic into crypto, get you a nice mixed bag of Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Solana, and Cardano. Because the US Digital Asset Reserve is holding them. That means, hey, it's probably in your best, well, not in, it's probably in their best interest to make sure those projects are legit and have a good investment future. But those aren't what you should put your whole portfolio in if you're looking for max gains. Adopt the boomer investment strategy and put like 70% or 60% of your portfolio in that and put the 40% of the rest in lower caps. Not financial advice, just what I personally would do if I was looking to maximize my returns this cycle. And okay, but again, I'm going to close out on Clearpool. And yeah, Clearpool, it's a small market cap. I like it because it's XRP adjacent. And while I did just get done trashing XRP for speculative gain purposes, I do not deny the fact that it is being the banking system is building around a lot of its tech, and it is innovative that way. But as far as peak returns, there better stuff out there. And the fact that this is only 100, what is their market cap? Clearpool, Clearpool. Where did I put that tab? I'll just pull it up again. Here we go. 127 million. Like this is untouched. So to a 10x, it would only take 1 billion. What is this? 100 million. It would take 1.2 billion dollars to make this 10x. Am I thinking this is going to 10x? I don't know. Could be. It's XRP adjacent. All I know is expecting a token to have a $1 billion gain versus XRP, which needs, what does XRP need? We just talked about this. To 10x XRP, you would need $1.8 trillion inflow versus $1 billion of inflow on Clearpool. Like it's not even close what has more potential to 10x, but I can't make you buy. Again, anyway, this was just a quick video I wanted to put together to show you all and give you opportunities to maximize your funds without gatekeeping. I want everyone to make it. Again, I am not the source of exiting the market. The almighty fear and greed indicator is. So make sure you, before you buy, before you sell, always come back and check out the fear and greed indicator, because you want your time frame to be the whole market cycle, not a week, not a month. It's several months, and we still have more to go here. And this is a very exciting time to be in. And I hope you all have a good day. Goodbye.